President Akufo-Addo has directed the Inspector General of Police to shut down any leisure center flouting COVID-19 protocols. The president disclosed this when he addressed the nation on what his government is doing to halt the spread of COVID-19. Active cases and deaths have been, on the high side of the past 2 weeks, as Ghana also discovers a new strain of the virus. Let's listen in to the president.
When I delivered update number 21 some 2 weeks ago, I urged all of us to continue adhering to the enhanced hygiene and mask-wearing protocols that have served us well and which led us to the situation where we were witnessing a gradual decline in the number of active cases. However, since that time, we have seen an upsurge in the number of active cases, from a little over 900 to 1,924. Our COVID-19 treatment centers have gone from having 0 patients to now being 4 because of the upsurge in infections. Particularly worrying is the fact that the Ghana Health Service is recording on the average 200 new cases of COVID infections daily. The number of patients requiring hospitalization and intensive care is rising. The number of severe cases, which stood at 18 a week ago, has increased sharply to 120. 2 weeks ago, there was no critical case. We now have 33 in our treatment facilities. Again, according to statistics from the Ghana Health Service, the considerable number of persons who are severely ill are surprisingly relatively youthful persons with no previous underlying health conditions. The number of confirmed deaths has increased sadly from 338 persons to 352 within the period. Recent genomic sequencing undertaken by our scientists have established that some arriving passengers tested positive for new variants of COVID-19. These passengers have all been isolated. Furthermore, work is ongoing to determine the presence and extent of spread of the new variants in the general population.
Well, we stay a little longer on this issue. President Akufo-Addo has laid bare how dire the situation is. But the Ghana Tourism Authority had also constituted a task force to clamp down on leisure centers flouting these COVID-19 directives. The head of quality control at the GTA, Alex Boache, joins us via Zoom for some updates. Alex, we're grateful that you joined us, and we're grateful once again for your patience. You have been at the forefront of dealing with leisure centers, beachfronts, not closing down, contrary to what President Akufo-Addo is saying. Help us out. What has been the update so far?
Yes, thank you very much, Aite, and good afternoon to your viewers. As you will recall, during the festivities, the Ghana Tourism Authority embarked on enforcement exercise to ensure full compliance of the President's directive, as he stated in his 20th address. So we visited a number of beach recreational facilities, as well as entertainment enterprises, which includes nightclubs, pubs, and cinema theaters. And all these establishments, as have been indicated by the President, must remain closed. So when unfortunately, some of them were operating. So we had to clamp down on those establishments, as well as display the notice of closure to inform the public that they are not supposed to operate.
So however, how many of these centers have we been able to close down?
Yes, when we had the exercise, we shut down about 4 cinema theaters, 6 nightclubs, about 12 beach recreational facilities, all of them in Accra. But we are replicating the exercise in other parts of the country. So these figures pertain to what we did in Accra.
Well, so moving forward shortly, the president is definitely not happy. Cases keep rising and most of these leisure centers keep flouting COVID-19 protocol. What's going to be the new direction of the task force moving forward? Are you going to be intensifying your actions, of which you should?
Sure, we're going to intensify the enforcement exercise to ensure full compliance. I mean, if you listen to what His Excellency the President recounted, the statistics, it's quite alarming. And our lives are at stake. All of us, we need to protect our lives. So I believe that this time around, the operators, as well as the prospective patrons, will cooperate with us so that we can ensure the full compliance of the President's directives as regards the imposition of restrictions. And even those who are allowed to operate the tourism enterprises, they abide by the operational guidelines that we've outlined to those enterprises. So certainly, we are going to intensify it. And as I said, we are going to replicate it in other parts of the country. It's not going to be just in Greater Accra region.
Well, shortly before I let you go, we do know that the police force have been deployed to ensure, much more of compliance across the various, regional capitals. How is going to be the formation of your, task force moving forward to ensure compliance? Because it's not just about, having to push in moral assuasion. It's also about force.
Sure. Anytime we conduct enforcement exercise, we do it with the assistance and support of the Ghana Police Service. So what we did during the festivities, we did it in conjunction with the police service, as well as the media, selected media houses, which included a team from Joy FM. So definitely we are not going to do it alone as an authority. We always go with the law enforcement agency, which is the Ghana Police Service. However, I must also say that we are also contemplating, not that we are contemplating, we are going to also embark on awareness campaign to keep on reminding the operators as well as the prospective patrons to comply with the President's directive in our own interest to help protect lives. So that will be done alongside the use of coercion for compliance.
Let's see how that goes. Alex Barcher, we're so grateful that he joined us. He is the head of quality control at the Ghana Tourism Authority. You did hear him. If you're owning or manning one of these shops, these leisure centers, just close down, as the President Akufo-Addo has rightly stated, amid high cases of COVID-19.